Hi, I'm Jenna. These are my social justice interviews. So my questions are centered around pop culture, cancel culture, separation from art and the artist, and this topic really popped into my mind recently because of the whole R. Kelly situation and how on one side people are immediately stopping their support of him, stopping their streaming of his music, stopping just any traces or any ounces of support that they would give to him, while other people on the internet, as I've seen, have definitely been more open to supporting his music while still not supporting him. So that's where the whole separation of the art from the artist comes in. And especially with the Me Too movement coming about, a lot of celebrities have come under fire for sexual misconduct, and all of that stuff in the workplace, and some people definitely stop supporting them outright, while others can see that it is possible to keep supporting their works while not supporting them as people. So I've interviewed 3 of my friends to see their perspectives on it and how they personally feel about cancel culture, separation from art and the artist. I did do more. I actually did about 8 interviews, but for one, that would have been an 80-minute video, which I don't think Professor Paula, neither you guys, if you are watching this, would want to sit through. And also, the audio didn't record. I even FaceTimed my friends at different schools just to get their perspective and to see like a wider range of opinions, which obviously like having a wide range of opinions is really valued and really great for discussion and dialogue, but unfortunately the audio did not save, which really sucks because I definitely did have really engaging conversations and really engaging dialogue back and forth between my friends, and it was really nice hearing that, especially within my own friend group. The diversity of opinions and ideas was still present regardless of all of us sharing like a common bond, I suppose. So overall, I would say this project was really successful. It was really nice getting to interview people and to also do it on a topic that I really find interesting and would like to discuss further, possibly with my friends, just in general, to just discuss it in class. So I hope you enjoy.
My name is Matthew Javier. I'm a first year at Palomar College.
Okay. Cool. Why can you personally separate somebody's art from themselves and what they've done?
It can be very easy to enjoy a piece of art without having known anything about the artist at all. For example, I don't know very much about Franz Liszt, but I do enjoy listening to pieces composed by him.
Okay.
And that is an instance where someone can separate the art from the artist. I have no idea anything about his life, but I enjoy the work that he does.
Okay.
And I feel that a lot of people also do that, where they can enjoy a piece of art without knowing anything about, who the artist was or why they created it. And enjoying or not enjoying a piece of art based on the artists themselves, not the work they produced, is very conditional.
Mm-hmm.
People will do it sometimes and sometimes won't, and the reasons why they do is mostly arbitrary, but usually it's because that person, people just know about this person through things like what they choose to make public and what reaches the public.
Okay. So do you think it would be different if they were alive today? To take Liszt, for example, he's not alive today, but if you supported like a problematic artist today, do you still believe that separation from them personally versus their art is still a thing, because if you are supporting their art, they are getting the proceeds from your support, and thus you are making them a more prominent figure in society and more popular and more wealthy. So do you think there's a difference between if they are alive versus if they are dead?
There is definitely a difference between them being alive and them being dead. Because that ties into the whole legacy thing.
Yeah.
An artist can be remembered as a great artist, but a horrible person.
Pablo Picasso,
Yes.
for example.
Yes, and such a thing. Their horrible lives still don't take away from the art that they leave behind.
Okay.
Because once they're gone, they're gone, but their art can stay and still be excellent, can still be great and enjoyed, despite them, because they can't do any more harm, because they're dead. So.
Okay. So do you think that even though their name is important, their art still takes precedence over that in a way?
Yes, if it's good art.
Okay, can you give me an example, if you have any?
An example
Of, like, somebody who is not that great of a person, but their art should still live on while while their name is also still attached to it, and they're still very important. And
I mean, well, since you mentioned Pablo Picasso, his work for the art world was revolutionary.
Okay.
Would you say?
I could say that.
And,
Cubism, definitely a big thing.
Definitely laid down the groundwork and was very influential.
Okay.
And I think even since that name is still attached to his art, it should remain in its place.
Okay.
Of where it stands, despite whatever his own personal life entailed.
Can you think of any modern examples of where you personally can separate somebody's art from their background, whatever they've done, just them as a person?
And just look at the art alone?
Yes. Or even an instance where you can't separate the two? Either way.
A very interesting case would be that of the late rapper Biggie Smalls.
Okay.
Because his art was founded or based entirely upon telling about the life that he lived, and it was a very difficult one, but one where he himself was admittedly, committing various crimes of being, a gangster.
Yeah.
And while I, don't condone the lifestyle and the things that he might have done, what he made out of such a difficult situation to grow up in, a very hard life that he must have had, was beautiful, amazing, great. That he was able to take what he had and turn it into something really, really nice.
So are you able to see it more sympathetically because he made something good out of the mistakes he's done in the past, and thus translated it into his art? So even though he was in bad situations in the past, he turned it into something good.
Yes.
With a positive impact.
I can, because his personal life is a huge part of his art, and so I can appreciate it without, looking down upon what his life was.
Okay. Do you know what cancel culture is, and how do you feel about it?
I have heard about cancel culture. I've heard it described to me, and the way I feel about it, it's very situational, because I understand that part of it is finding old evidence of someone being racist or sexist in some way, and then finding that out and like condemning this person. And I think that considering how much has changed recently, the way one had been acceptable behavior, even from like 6 years ago, 9 years ago, was much different from the way it is today. And people are more aware of that now. So things that are like very like 10 years old or so probably shouldn't be as harshly punished. But if that person continues to has shown in the past to behave negatively and then still does today, maybe they shouldn't be have such a great following. But something about cancel culture that kind of bugs me is that how fast people can turn against someone. And if it happens to be that fast, so instant upon reaction, without much that's actually there to change the person's mind, it seems to me like such a steadfast following of the person seemed a bit shallow. They hadn't really looked into this person as much as they should have. Haven't really found out much about what the person was actually like, or what they had been trying to do, other things like that. That if it changes that quickly, perhaps it wasn't as deep of a following as it should be.
So, for example, like, would this scare you? Like, if you obviously go into like the public eye and you want to be like a celebrity one day, like a famous actor, singer, anything, like, does this scare you?
Of course.
If they dug up a tweet from, or like a Instagram caption from you when you're like 12 years old that may have had some language that is not particularly acceptable or politically correct, like, does this make you scared?
It does.
To go into the field?
Yes, it does make me nervous.
Even though you haven't done anything wrong necessarily, it still makes you nervous?
Yes, because it's, if someone can lose their esteem, their prestige so quickly at the drop of a dime, mostly under, very fickle, pretenses, it kind of what's the word? It flies in the face of stability. And a lack of stability is always very scary.
So I know, like, the whole rhetoric is, if you don't have anything to hide or if you don't have anything to be scared of, then why are you afraid? But do you think, even though you don't have anything to necessarily be scared of, you're still scared?
Yes, because if I don't have anything to be scared of, someone else could make something for me to be scared of.
Like, words could be easily misconstrued.
Yes.
Like, if you tweet something or retweet something or like post something anywhere, someone could easily take it out of context or anything.
Or even just, flat out lie. Make something up that I had done something which I hadn't done. And then I would be tied up in a lot of negative view on the public eye, and having a nice profile in the public eye and then having it changed to negative overnight, even if it's false, still leaves a bad taste in people's mouths that they can't shake off.
Yeah, it definitely ruins your reputation, or at least taints it.